for you from us. That'll be $15.95, please.
I don't buy anything unless it's from
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to a smashing episode of Always Open. On today's episode, you got me, Barbara Dunkelman, as well as some beautiful ladies.
I'm Ellie Main.
Beautiful lady.
Christina Parrish.
Beautiful lady.
Oh, I didn't realize it was on me. Hey, what's up? It's me.
Also beautiful lady.
I'm not feeling it today, Barbara.
What?
Keep your obvious flirting with me at bay, okay?
Oh, yeah. People, there's been some comments on Always Open being like, man, Mariel's so obviously flirting with Barbara.
Oh, yeah, which I am. It's not like I'm not denying it.
I'm like, the chemistry here, it's like intoxicating.
Is it?
Just
Is it?
between
I
you.
feel sexual from
you?
it. I'm coming on strong.
Christina's so happy to have you back on the show.
Yes.
Ellie, welcome back as well.
Thank you very much.
Ellie and I have never done a show together.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
This is our first show together.
I was trying to wait for you to do
In my head, I was thinking,
Are you gonna cry?
what are yeah, I was like, emotional.
I'm also feeling pretty emotional about it, so I'm glad that we're both in that space.
Both there. No, I was trying to think of what our ship name would be, but also trying to speak at the same time. It didn't work out for me.
It'd be
Eliel?
Eliel.
Eliel could work.
Or sounds like a mermaid name.
Marilee.
Elio.
I'm Eliel of the sea.
Me-y.
Me-y.
That could work too.
Yours is like meaty.
Meaty meat. Right? That's going to be y'all's band name?
Yeah.
Tears, meaty meat.
Tears, me.
We're all also, you pointed out that we're all wearing green?
No,
we're all
Elio,
wearing-
yeah.
We're all
kind
women
of-
of the forest today.
I know.
Ooh,
We're really vibing.
Yeah, it's like a look.
It's like we almost pre-planned this, but we didn't. And that is...
Guys, are we all synced up?
We're synced up.
Oh my
That's
God,
friendship.
Are we synced?
I synced.
You guys also bleeding?
Yeah, there was one episode that Ellie was on where she saved your ass.
You did, because I had a baby.
That's what happened.
Whoa.
I had a baby.
Of like doo-doo.
Of doo-doo.
I had to shit myself.
Oh, I think I remember hearing about this. I'm so happy you're okay.
No, my brother had his baby came like 2 weeks early, and I was literally like in makeup, and my sister-in-law calls me. She's like, "I'm having this baby today." I was like, "I'm on my way. Just figure it out." Yeah, I was like sobbing. I was like, "I don't know what I do." And Barbara was like, "Just leave." And I was like, "All right."
Yeah. It didn't
Ellie,
like
take my place.
get there and they're like, wow, you look so glamorous.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh my God,
I
you
always do
dressed
this
up."
for births.
Oh, you know, it's just my birthing outfit.
Yeah, you never know what cute doctors or nurses you're
Oh
gonna
yeah.
I'm giving birth. I'll be out of makeup in an hour.
Yeah, basically.
I imagine that's what Kim Kardashian, she like gets full makeup and then receives the birth, but like
Oh,
separately.
probably.
Receives the birth.
She puts like a cloth in front.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to see any of that.
Yeah.
Do you think she has like, I imagine those people, their makeup looks the same every day. And
Yeah.
So consistently. It's like a makeup gun and just like
Just-
shoots them and like it's perfectly.
It's just like a huge poof that like they have to line it up just right.
Or you just have a Texas that lives in your house with you.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Speaking of Texas, he made us some shots today.
Did.
And Texas, you'll have to remind me what's in them because I already forgot.
It's a Texas peppermint.
A Texas peppermint, and it has
Chocolate vodka.
chocolate vodka, cake vodka,
Yes. Peppermint schnapps.
peppermint schnapps.
And Bailey's.
And
Baileys.
Baileys. It's a little milky. It's a little
A
festive.
little milky.
Yeah. Getting close on the holidays.
To the holiday season.
To the holidays.
Holidays.
Oh, I didn't get you.
Oh God, we almost missed it.
Oh, that's delicious.
That was
was yummy.
nice.
That tastes like a gift.
That literally tastes like peppermint chocolate, like mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Yes, with a little chocolate milk with a tiny kick. Oh, I'm into it.
Everyone who's listening to the audio podcast, you wish.
Yeah. Kick me, I'm chocolate.
I'm making eye contact with you and you don't know it.
This
But she's staring
four
deep
girls
into
going,
your soul.
chocolate.
Chocolate.
Yum.
All right, my ladies, let's do an icebreaker, or as we like to call it, Dicebreaker.
You're the only one
Nice.
that's told that.
Very nice.
Please stop.
A flouncy dab.
Yeah. That's like how you dab at a Renaissance festival.
And lo, they did dab.
Yeah.
All right, so what we do
Yeah.
with these dice, one at a time, we'll each take our turn. You'll roll. Row.
Row.
Yeah.
You'll roll. That shot. You'll roll 3 dice.
Okay.
And it'll give you 3 words, and it'll essentially give you a prompt for a story or a little anecdote that you have.
To jog our memories.
Exactly.
Pull it out of your little brain.
Pull it out of my little brain.
Mariel?
There's so many things going on.
I'm gonna go first.
Would you like to go first?
I guess. I don't really have a choice. You just handed it over to me, so sure. We said 3, right?
Suck on that. Yeah, 3. And if one
Suck
sucks,
on that.
feel free to re-roll.
Give me a blow. Give me a blow. Ooh. Wild promise, anxiety. Oh man. I'm trying to think if there's anything wild,
yeah.
that I've promised to someone that gives me a lot of anxiety.
Feel it.
Which is like
I would think like maybe you doing that free play
all of
Rocky
it.
Horror
I was like
Picture
the
Show.
whole show.
I was trying to remember the name of the movie, Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah,
That was a wild
That
promise.
was wild, and I guess I did promise to do it, and it did give me a lot of anxiety. Yeah, Rocky. That's actually like coming up on what, like, the 3rd anniversary of
Holy
that?
shit.
Yeah, I think it's
You
the
did it?
3rd. So, a few years ago, we had the show on Rooster Teeth called Free Play, and it was just like, hey, we should do a Rocky Horror, just like play, like I don't know, like
I've
a
not seen any of
tribute.
this.
oh, it's
No.
good. Yeah, like a tribute. Oh, it was a tribute because I think it was like the 20th anniversary of Rocky Horror.
Yeah, it was some anniversary.
Yeah.
So,
so-
like different people from Rooster Teeth participated. Miles was.
Miles sure played a part
Yes.
in that.
if you could guess which part
in that
he was.
show.
Was he the husband that goes? What's his name?
No.
Oh no. No.
No.
Let's give you a hint. He was wearing fishnets and high heels.
Oh, he was.
He was Dr. Frankenfurter.
Yeah, he was Dr. Frankenfurter.
He got a lot
What?
of compliments on his leg.
He looked
He
great.
looked really good.
He wore.
He tried to keep that
Fishnets?
from me for so long when we first started dating, and then like I found it like a picture from ages ago and was like, what is this? And he was like, no.
Yeah.
This is my secret collection. I don't know why he was trying to keep that because literally, like, I remember when he wore it and we were doing like rehearsals and stuff. He was literally wearing the fishnets and like the like size 18 heels.
Yeah. He also like they were tall heels too,
Yeah,
probably like
super
6 or 7 inch heels. So he was fucking massive.
Yeah.
I was like,
Is he
oh
very
hey
tall?
Miles.
Yes.
Because he's
And-
already 6'3".
It reminds me
Yeah.
of 6'4".
There you go.
It reminds me of when he played Lucy when we did the on the spot drag show.
Oh yeah.
He got super into it and he's like, I'm beautiful.
Yeah. He was walking around and like I saw him from behind and everyone else had
Barbara
to
was
tell.
like,
Yeah.
Well, because I saw him, I was like, oh, because I knew they were getting an actual drag queen for the show too. And I was like, oh, that must be her. And then like turned around and I had to be like, Miles? Like, are you?
Because he
is that you in there?
he shaved his beard and he looks completely
I
different.
think he was like playing with his hair.
He had like, really long,
He was
like,
really
curled
into it.
hair.
Yeah.
As he
It
should.
was a lot.
And he was like,
Yeah.
I would have not guessed that. I mean, I bet he owned it though.
did.
Oh, he
You
did.
know?
Blaine was
the guy in the gold shorts.
yes, I can't remember his actual name. Rocky. What the fuck? Blaine was Rocky.
know either.
But the best thing was that it was when we still had all of animation here, and Miles was just like, he would walk around and he's walking around in his heels and like corset and like basically a thong, and would just like throw his leg up so that you could literally just see all of his junk and be like, what are you working on? And then all the animators just be like,
Yeah.
God!
Your dick is
out.
really close to my hand.
Too
much. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Gross, right?
good times.
Ew, Miles' dick.
So close to my hand.
Don't touchy.
Whenever you see a dick, you just go, ah!
That's what I do. Every time.
Yeah. Oh, there he is.
Yes.
Yes.
And there's Tyler in the bed.
Tyler,
It's been a
Lindsay.
hot minute since I've seen
That's
that.
Oh,
ridiculous. Look at that.
Look at it. It's so good.
Wow. There's Mariel, our little
Yep.
Mariel.
And actually, fun story about this. This is one of the first times we worked with Texas. He came in and did
Oh, yeah.
How did you guys just pull this up?
we a lot of anxiety, and it was a wild promise, but we did it.
I do remember coming in because that was, I think, also the first time
wild.
you wore fake
Look
eyelashes.
at him.
Yes.
But like Texas
God.
put lashes on your bottom
Yes.
row and your top row.
I
So
had like shutter shades.
You had like big eyes.
Yeah, I like could not see. Every time I blinked, it was like a gust of wind.
That was amazing.
yeah.
You should go watch the full thing. It's actually pretty funny.
It's great. It was really fun.
I think actually even better than that is the outtakes because for some reason we had a body like a skull and bones, like a whole, I don't know what they're fucking called, like the whole.
Oh,
body.
yeah.
And Barbara found it and just thought it was the funniest fucking thing in the world, and she couldn't stop fucking with it. So we have a video. I
out
think
of
that's on the Rooster Teeth channel. That's just Barbara just like outtakes of that day, and Barbara.
I
Just,
would go up to the skeleton and like, because I think it was you filming or something.
Yeah.
And I'd go behind the skeleton and open its mouth really fast and go.
Yeah, but we were just losing our minds at that point. So
I
everything
love
was funny.
that.
Sorry, audio.
What a time.
There you go. There's my wild anxiety-ridden comments.
Yeah. Roll them up.
Oh, please be something good.
I like how you did it before you took the dice.
Roll.
Shake him up.
I guess you have to shake. You could
Okay.
shake it again if you wanted to, or you could just do
Or
that.
just hold them.
Elder, museum, next step.
Ooh.
Do you want to be in the museum when you die?
My next step.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You could re-roll one of them if you.
Well, no. Let's feel it. The next, well, I feel like these flow into each other. I have a grandmother who hoards.
Oh.
That'll
So
work.
it's like a museum.
Our own museum.
Yeah, and she's an elder.
Well, the next step is like, what do I? Whenever she dies, I think I'm just gonna burn her house down.
Well, I mean, honestly, what do you do when you have a relative or someone who passes away and like they have so much shit, but it's just shit?
Yeah. Like I guess you could. Well, my boyfriend really wants to start doing like that storage wars thing,
Oh.
where you just bid on a.
Oh, you been like
You
a whole
bit-
container of crap?
But it's just your grandmother's stuff.
But it would just be like, grandmother, like, I'll give you $10 to burn this whole entire house down and maybe set your dogs. She has 7 dogs.
Whoa.
Free. Big Malamutes, like those husky Malamute Newfoundlanders.
She's 7 of those.
7 of those.
Does she live alone?
Yes.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
How does she?
Maybe that's a sign.
There's gotta be, there's like, I know that there's an English show, but there's gotta be an American show where people go into like hoarders' homes. And
Oh yeah, I think
yeah.
it's literally just called Hoarders.
Yep.
that makes sense.
It's on like TLC, and they go in and they
My
yell
Strange
at them.
Addiction.
I love how the British version is called How Clean Is Your House?
And that's where it's like,
you're
hoarders!
You're a fucking hoarder.
Fucking pig!
I'm pretty sure How Clean Is Your House is not on anymore. But wow, I
Yeah.
really want to see that. I want to see the inside of that.
It's like she has a whole barn, like a horse barn that you could fit like 8 horses in.
But they're the dogs.
But it's
But they're just dogs, and they're like. I don't think dogs do that. But she has 8 like horse full of just stuff because she lived all over the place, just full of trash.
Oh my god.
There'll be a couple gems in that.
There's
gotta be some
there's gotta
treasures.
be. I mean,
That's how hoarding
Royalty.
starts.
yes.
All right,
true.
let us
That-
us 4 go treasure hunting.
Yeah.
And then you
Your
can burn it
grandma's
down.
place.
And then I can,
Then you just set it on fire.
do a little match, a little fire stick. Pew. Bye, bitch.
You're gonna leave your grandma in there?
Oh no. Yeah, I'm saying bye, bitch, to the dogs.
I like how you like, walk away expecting an explosion, but the match just sizzles out, and you're just like,
Yeah.
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 The only thing that my grandma keeps is, well, 2 things. Mugs. She has an enormous mug collection. And like camping, like VR almanacs. No, RV almanacs from like the 50s until now. And it's in an entire room, just like categorized. She never throws them away. And if you'd be like, hey, Granny, maybe we should, perhaps it's time. She's like,
How dare.
like none of these are relevant anymore.
Do you guys collect anything?
No, I never, no.
We collect beans and water bottles.
Okay, wait, what? Like beans. Let's start with beans. What?
Like
Like
individual?
pounds of beans.
Like
Like-
garbanzo
Like in a
beans?
prepping kind of way?
Like in a prepping kind of way. I mean,
Like-
I would say that's collecting.
Like,
Yes.
Like you just have a bunch of beans in your house?
Yeah, we have beans and rice and water bottles.
Is it like, so like when the apocalypse happens?
your eyebrow. Yep.
Well, it's not for the. I mean, it's. It's for some reason. It's
Come on.
because if things were going to be bad, then
the
we
Like
would
an
have
apocalypse.
sued.
Like the end of the world kind of thing.
The apocalypse.
Suggesting.
Yeah, I'm saying like you're collecting things that
Yes.
Just in case.
I know, but it sounds crazy.
No, it's always good to be prepared.
So then, during the Austin water boil crisis, were you?
You were laughing.
Yeah,
Just like,
my
idiot.
boyfriend pulled up in his like small like old grandma car, and it was full of like 8 packs of like those big ones of water bottles, just full in the trunk and everything. And he was like, "We got water for the next couple days."
It'll be good.
I was like,
days.
I really
Right.
thought when you said you collect beans, you meant like
oh, like little beans.
One each.
like just
Black eyed
Make
peas.
artwork.
Yeah.
Sell on Etsy.
Like how people
each
do
an
that
individual
with butterflies,
tiny
yours are the beans.
yeah.
Pinto.
They're just like up on the wall displayed.
Garbanzo.
Gabanzo, yeah. Gabanzo.
Baked. Black.
Yeah, we collect like black beans.
Refried.
All that stuff.
I don't collect anything, but I do have plans to begin to collect things. I want to go
Human
to
bone?
Yes, I want to go to every national park in America and get like a souvenir from each one. Because this old couple that lived next door when I first moved here, like, was super sweet and befriended me, and I would go around to their house for dinner every time. And every year on their anniversary, they'd go to a different national park and they'd take a picture and they'd get a magnet. And so like they had this like whole thing of magnets. Then like their last one that they did on their 50th wedding anniversary, they went to Hawaii. And it was like the cutest thing ever. And I was like, I don't need no man. I knew that myself. so I wanted to like collect everything from a national park, and the only one I've been to is Big Bend. So I've started. I have one.
One out of
one.
a couple hundred.
Yeah.
One of a whole bunch.
Yeah.
So,
Talk about a big trip ahead of you.
a lot of trips ahead of me. Yeah, I really want to go to. The next one on my list is Glacier National Park. I hear it's like amazing. So I'm like saving
Where
things.
I
is
collect
that?
magnets too.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's like on the Canadian border.
Oh, okay.
Super up, super nice.
All right, milady.
Bam.
Oh God.
In
Your
Canada.
turn.
Oh,
Bamf.
Did I dot? Bump.
Bamf.
Badass
Okay.
motherfucker.
Photograph online long ago.
Ooh.
That's pretty vague. That's
Yeah.
pretty vague. Photograph online long ago. Depends how long does long ago count.
However long.
Oh.
it is.
Yeah.
Well,
Dealer's choice.
so recently, I was real tragic in my teenage years.
Who wasn't?
I mean, like, try and deal with this without any kind of product or anyone who knew how to deal with it when you're like 13 and it just starts happening to you. And then like really bad glasses. I had Harry Potter glasses. Not like they were round, they were Harry Potter glasses.
Like actual like.
Like they came in a little spell book.
Like branded Harry
Yeah,
Potter.
the case was like a little book that opened up, and then they were called Nimbus 2000s, and it said it on the side, and and I got really bullied for that in my girls' school that I went to, and so recently a friend of mine, I guess she was trying to be sweet, posted like 100 photos on Facebook of me in that time, and I was just like panicking, untagging myself, like, no, please no.
That's just endearing though.
Yeah,
'Cause
ooh.
everyone was tragic as a child and a teenager. And
But like,
20-something.
I'm cool with like, you know how like the new like close friends thing on Instagram? Like
Yeah.
I'm super happy with all my friends saying that of like, hey, I was used to be this little troll. But like, I just, like throwing that out for the whole world to see, I wasn't ready for that.
So what you're saying is you're gonna give us a photo that we could put.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you've seen.
Yeah.
You've seen a photo of me.
How tragic?
I
On a
have-
scale of 1 to
It
just
was.
devastating.
She was from Harry Potter.
I look like Hagrid.
What was your hair blonde?
It was like.
I imagine.
It was like mousy, because this is my hair color, but it was like mousy and like not curly or straight, really. A little bit of both.
Girl, I feel you.
And really long, and like, so just a triangle. And then just bad acne, bless my heart.
I feel like you and I had a similar upbringing.
Goofy little like teeth. And
Did you
like
have
a
braces
lot of
too?
baby fat. I had like one brace that went from here to here and an elastic band in the middle to like realign some parts of my jaw or something.
That is tragic.
It was not great.
Like braces is one thing, but one brace.
One brace with an elastic band, which is like a hook
Across.
that ran across my mouth, like a little, like some kind of wizened young woman. Like,
Did you ever get jealous of the people? Because I had.
I wanted to have train tracks so badly.
Yes.
Yeah, I used to want glasses and braces growing up, and then I got braces, and I was like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah.
And then I was like, I probably shouldn't wish for
The
glasses either.
dentist had to break my jaw open because it was so small.
Did he just punch you out? He just
No, he just like opened it up, right? And like,
Unhooked it like a snake.
yeah, just, and then everything came out.
Yeah, my hair was the same way where it wasn't curly or straight and it was very thick and long when I was
Yeah.
growing up. I used to go into a hairdresser because I wanted my hair straightened anytime I went to like a nice event, like a bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
Basically. And I used to walk into the hairdresser and they're like, what are you getting done today? I was like, I want my hair straightened. And I remember like the hairdressers used to look at me and be like, this is gonna be a long day. And they like take a swig of vodka. I'm like, all right, sit down.
No, people always are like, hey, why didn't you like brush your hair out? I want to see what it's like if you brush it. And I'm like, I've lived that life.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
And I will not go back.
You're like, that was.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it again.
Okay. Baby steps, youth, hate.
Oh.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Do you hate anyone in your youth, and now you're taking the baby steps to get back to
get back to it?
let go of
I feel
the
like
hate?
I didn't hate a lot of people growing up. Oh man. Okay, so I remember I had like a huge fight with one of my best friends growing up, and it was because she was my best friend, and she started talking to this new girl who came to school, and I was
No.
like
Only one best friend.
Because you have no confidence when you're a kid, and you're like, if my friend is talking to someone else, it means
It's the end of my life.
I'm not gonna have this friend anymore.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't tell her that I was upset, but I was acting like, whatever. I mean, you do whatever you want. You want to go hang out with her? Sure, fine, whatever. Like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then one day she confronted me about it, and I was just like, you're leaving me for this girl. She just got here. You don't know her. She's not cool like we are. We have a bond.
Oh.
And like she started yelling at me back, and then we both started crying and like ended up just like embracing each other and crying. I haven't talked to that friend in a very
I was gonna say, that was gonna be my next question. Was like, when was the last time you talked to that person?
not for a long, long time.
I lived that experience, but from the other way around. I was the new girl. Oh, I went to a new school.
You're the problem.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a little older. I went to a new school when I was 16, and she's still my best friend now. But like, there was on my first day, I was like trapped in this conversation with like a really scary girl, and so I made these like help me eyes, and my friend, and then now my best friend Beth came along and sat me down and like saved me. But then like when she became my friend, all of her friends were like, who is this girl you're hanging out with? And she was basically like, she really needs me, she's kind of a loser.
She's got one brace.
I managed to befriend like the scariest girl in school just by being like, help me.
Yeah.
And
Surprises.
everyone's still like, oh, I was terrified of Beth when I was in school. And I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
she's my little bulldog.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
So you're still friends with her?
Oh yeah, yeah. If I ever move back to London, I'm moving into her house. Like,
Oh, yeah.
that's, like she has a room for me.
That's amazing.
That's awesome. I feel like a lot of high school friendships don't last.
It's my one. It's my one and only, really,
okay.
pretty much. Yeah. I've never been that person that can like keep in contact with everyone through the years.
Oh, it's so hard.
She's amazing at that.
impossible.
She catches up with like there's about 15 people from school she sees regularly, and I'm like, you're my school. You are my one.
There are some people who I went to high school with who, like, they're still in that friend group. And I was like, there's
Other people out
a
there.
world around
A world
you.
of humans.
Yeah.
Like, it's important to maintain friendships, I think, if they are good friendships.
I
and
wish
you
I
want
was
to-
better at it.
Yeah, me too. But it's also like, you could venture out.
There's other people out there to talk to.
Expand
too.
those circles.
Yeah.
My group of friends from college had all been friends with each other since they were in like 3rd grade.
Holy shit.
And they're still just like the super tight knit group that they see each other hang out all the time. And I infiltrated, and I'm like, guys, I'm the one friend you all have made. How does it feel?
You guys did it.
Yeah, you
You
brought
did it.
in
What does it say about me?
that you're awesome.
Yeah.
I would think that'd be a compliment to infiltrate a
infiltrate
established group.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's the scariest part. I feel like making friendships as an adult is
Terrifying.
Yeah. Yep. But I think it's easier to make friends with the group, or it's not easier, but it's already like you make friends with one person who already has like a group, and you're like,
it's less intimidating that way.
You just have to give it like a few weeks, and then like people kind of like are like, oh, okay, adjusted. I feel like that's how I've learned through like the adult friendship making, like,
Yeah.
especially
You
with
can't force
groups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
you
you're a
can't
kid, you're
force
all weird, so it's
Yeah.
fine to
Yeah.
be like, be my friend.
Yeah.
Everyone's like,
Or
okay.
your parents force it on you. Like,
Yeah.
We're gonna hang out together now, and you're like, what?
But I do love that moment, where, like, especially when it's like when work friends become like friends, of that moment of like, do you want to hang out outside of work.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, yes. It's like, I did it.
We can do that?
I feel like we lucked out here because it's like we're all around the same age and like we all kind of like doing the same type
Yeah.
of socializing. And so here it's just like, you want to get drinks after work? Yeah, sure. It's not as like
And then you've done it.
I
intimidating.
feel like
as
that
making
is the
a friend.
friendship making. It's like, do you want to get drinks after work? And then you go to the bar and you're like, do you want another drink?
That's all. That's it. That's all.
Like,
our
what can we talk about
Friend
other
flirting.
than work?
Yeah, friend flirting.
Yeah, it's hard to go on a friend date,
It is.
and it's
Yeah.
you just like you don't know what you're talking because
And you both know.
yeah, and it's like
kind of
you're
like-
on a date, like you're dating someone.
Yeah.
like you're on a date with someone, and you're just
so
like
where'd you grow up?
trying to figure them out, ask them the awkward questions, and then you have to decide, which I think might hurt a little worse afterwards.
definitely.
Like, oh, she never called back. Okay, I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know there was Bumble BFF.
Yeah.
Which was basically a dating app for friends.
Yeah, and they still have it. It's still
Yeah, they still. I think probably some other apps have popped up here and there, but it's basically like you make a profile that other, I guess, people of the same sex would be looking at or something. I don't know
Yeah.
if you could choose those options, but it's like
That's crazy.
it's so funny to see the differentiating factors between those and the actual dating profiles, because the ones that I saw were like looking for brunch and like a yoga partner and all
Right.
this stuff, and like then the dating ones are just like, I
Wanna
like
smash?
long walks on the beach.
Bumble also
Stroking
has.
pony. Not touching penises.
I just want to be out with the girls.
Yeah.
I just want to have a girls' night with my girls.
Girl.
And then you swipe to the dating one. She's like, "Give me the dick." Bumble actually has Bumble Biz too now, and it's I like signed up for it just for funsies, just to, like see what's out there. And it's so funny to see people who you can tell they accidentally like signed up for Bumble Biz and they mean to be on Bumble dating. Oh. Because like you'll type some profiles are like, "Hey, like I'm so and so, like I'm a software engineer, blah blah blah."
Yeah,
looking
interested
to-
in non-profit.
Yeah, like just people. It's basically people like networking and whatnot. It's like I think they're trying to. It's like LinkedIn for millennials.
Gotcha.
But there'll be some dudes that are just like,
slogan.
"Sup, my name's Bart. Just trying to hang out. Like working on my cars. Hit me
Nothing
up."
serious.
And it's like, wait, are you on the route?
On a job? Or?
You can like swipe to the next tab. Right? You know
Maybe
it's different profiles.
Maybe he thinks it's a different type of job. That needs
Yeah.
to be looked
Hey, my name's Chet.
more. Chat.
Chet. My
name's
Shut
Chet.
up.
I could tell if you're saying
Come
chat
on
or-
pretty strong sometimes, but I'm actually a nice guy.
I'll look for anything serious.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like, do you want a job or not, Chad?
Well, you know what else is great?
What, Barbara?
Taking care of yourself.
Is it?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Of your mind and your body.
Ooh.
So thank goodness that this episode is sponsored by Care of.
Ooh.
Care of is a fun online quiz that asks you about your diet, health goals, and lifestyle choices, and takes only 5 minutes to find out what vitamins and supplements you specifically need. 90% of people fall short of FDA recommended guidelines for at least one vitamin or nutrient. Take Care of's quiz and get the vitamins you need to get back on track and reach your health goals. Your vitamins get delivered right to your door in personalized, easy-to-remember daily packs, perfect for busy, on-the-go lifestyles like us. Am I right, ladies?
Oh, you're so right, Barbara.
All
Oh
right.
my God.
Vegan and vegetarian supplements options are available to match your dietary needs as well. I recently got my little Care of pack, and I didn't notice this until recently, but each pack has like a little tip for you or something you should try, like go, drink 8 glasses of water today, or walk around your office once an hour this afternoon or something like that.
That's cool.
Yeah, or even like little life advice things.
My
as well.
favorite is that it has your name on it because they pull one out and it's like, "Hi, Mariel." I'm like, "Oh, hi."
Yeah.
The next morning it's like, "Hey, Mariel. What's up?"
It's very cute, yeah, very personalized, which is really sweet. It makes me very excited to take your daily vitamins.
Hey, Mariel. That's me.
Hi, Mariel. What?
You should get one that says "It's me."
Oh, I should. Next time. Next month.
It me.
Get me.
Yeah. So for 25% off your first month of personalized Care of vitamins, visit takecareof.com and enter the promo code ALWAYSOPEN. That's 25% off your first month of personalized Care of vitamins when you go to takecareof.com and enter ALWAYSOPEN at checkout. Godspeed.
Take care of yourself.
Take care of. Ooh, help me. Come take care of me.
I want you.
Help with that?
Yes.
I think I did my sexy voice last time.
You did.
I like
You almost,
like
it's a little
twinge of
Jennifer
British.
Coolidge.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's also like
You
a
gotta say I'm
little
taking
bit
the dog,
Alan
dumbass.
Rickman.
It's a smidge of Alan in there.
Is that when you do your
off.
stand-up, you're like, all right, guys, here's my impression of Alan Rickman doing an impression of Jennifer Coolidge.
A Riesler.
Oh, are you Yoda?
Who can say? That would be Weasley or or something.
Weasley.
That's my sexy voice.
Yeah.
Miles is
Nice.
like,
To bed do you want to go?
Smash.
Smash, would you like? No.
Penis in vagina.
No.
Well, this is a great segue into our first segment. This is a question that comes from a community member, Patricia V. And Patricia would like to know, how quickly into a first date can you tell if your date is not the right person for you?
We're talking life partner?
I think it just means
Second
It's not going to work
Yeah.
out.
it's not going to
Yeah.
work out.
But there ain't going to be no second date.
Have you ever gone on a date where it's like you're like, I know this is not a long-term thing, but it's a for now thing.
Like for now, as in like a
I
couple
can have
months?
some fun for the next few months, yeah.
Yeah.
Or you usually
I'd
like,
struggle
this
with
person
that.
is not the man or woman I'm gonna spend my life with. Next, thank you.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm more of the second one.
I'm serious, serial monogamous. Like,
Yeah.
are we in this?
Yeah.
See ya.
Next date, my mom's coming.
I could usually tell pretty quickly into conversation with someone if we're jiving.
Yeah.
Because usually conversation and how well you flow back and forth, I think is a very key factor into being like, do our personalities mesh right now?
Yeah.
So like for me, it's probably within the first 15, 20 minutes of talking to someone, I think.
I also think there might come up something that's going to be like a no-no. Like one conversation topic that's going to be a no-no. Like we exist in a time where it's like pretty difficult for people who have like different political beliefs, for example,
Yeah.
to date together.
Yeah.
And so like I have a really good story of a friend of mine who was going on a Tinder date and he saw that the girl was like an anchor for like a local Fox News thing.
Oh.
And so he was like, well, I'm just gonna go on the date anyway. And immediately she was like talking about politics and he was just like, this isn't gonna work, dude. Like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I think that that's like, those things are obviously super obvious when it's like, this isn't gonna work out like that. But when it comes to like more personal stuff, I think that usually there's something that's gonna come up in conversation that's like, value-wise,
Yeah.
it's like, this is just not gonna gel.
Yeah.
know?
It's like I feel like it's kind of immediate where you're like, I'm not gonna be like spending a lot of time with you because I
Yeah.
would, even if you were a friend, I wouldn't want to be like hanging out with you at all.
Yeah.
Like, bye.
Get away from me. You're disgusting.
I don't know. There's
Difficult time to date, I feel like. It's a very polarized
Yeah.
time.
It's also, I feel like there's too much pressure on people to find someone, like, especially with dating apps. It feels like you almost, like, if you do find someone you like right away, you're like, but I'm on this app, so I guess I have to keep going because, like, what if there's someone else on this app that I
culture
could
of
find?
Or what if
scarcity.
that person is like seeing someone else on this app and it's,
Yeah.
like, so confusing. Yeah.
I had a lot of bad Tinder dates.
Yeah.
You?
But I think I went on a lot just for the sake of trying to learn how to meet people.
Oh, yeah.
I talked about it on the last episode too. Just I'd been in so many long-term relationships, serial monogamous like you, that I never learned how to date or how to actually like put myself out there and just meet people and introduce myself to people. And there was actually one date that was going pretty well. And I know I said like a few minutes ago that, oh, I'll know within a couple minutes if we're gonna jive. But this person actually was like, oh, like we have pretty good chemistry. And you know, we were gonna go continue the night on, and he was gonna give me a ride in his car, and we got into his car, and then like he leaned over to kiss me, and it was the worst kiss I've ever. I didn't think a human was capable of.
Was that the bird pecker?
That was the bird.
Did he just like
pecker.
lick your face up and down?
It was like I'll demonstrate it on my hand. It was like
Ew.
It's a bird eating bird seed.
it was like
No.
it like he had nice lips, but for some reason he like stiffened them up, and was just like pecking at me.
Like, you like this, right?
and I was like,
No.
No, I hate that. Have you ever gotten a kiss from a guy that has like real small lips? Like their name is like usually like Skylar. Like the real small lip guys
Yeah.
give like a little kiss and it's like
Is it because they have beard around, or do they just have like real small lips?
It's because they have real small lips, and I like a guy with some big DSL lips, some big lips.
Can you explain to the world what DSL means, please?
DSL means dick sucking lips.
We get a lower third there. That just lower third right here.
Yep.
Dick sucking lips.
Well, I like big lips, but kissing guys with like small lips, I've gotten a kiss from a guy with a small lip, and it was just like, it felt like pecking, and like there wasn't enough space for the tongue to actually feel right.
To feel right.
Yeah.
I like this.
For it to feel correct.
how quickly do you shove your tongue? How quickly do you get into tongue?
Oh, that's a good question.
I'd say like after the first like kiss, tongue.
Oh.
Kiss, kiss, tongue.
Like kiss,
Yeah.
pull away, tongue.
Like you just go straight forward.
Maybe not quite.
That's what you do.
with
Maybe
that
not quite in
noise,
that
that sound
manner.
effect.
You're counting down. You're like 1, 2. Here it comes.
There's been guys who I've been on dates with who've had like very thin lips who actually were amazing kissers. So I think it's all about
We
like
do not shame thin lippers.
yeah. I think it's all
I'm not
about
shaming, I'm
learning
just-
to work with what you got.
I'm gonna come in with some real talk.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Ellie.
Happening.
Hashtag real talk with Ellie.
To the question, it depends how honest and genuine both people are being. It depends if you're actually going on a date to put who you are out there, or if you're putting out this persona of someone that you think either wants to be dated or wants to date. Like if you are coming up with this like, and like it's usually men, deal with it, that like put on this like persona of like I'm someone else that you would want to date. And so actually sometimes it takes a really long time before you discover who that person really is.
Yeah.
And it's women too.
Everyone does it.
Everyone does it. So I feel like a lot of the since getting divorced specifically, my whole thing has always been like I'm gonna let everyone know, especially in a romantic context, who I am as a person outright, because that was what I didn't do, right? When I was a child, basically,
Yeah.
getting married.
I think a lot of people do that
How old
because
were you when you
they
got married?
21.
14.
No, 23. I met him when I was 21 and got married when I was 23. But I was like, I wasn't who I was too afraid to be my actual self because I was scared that person would leave me, right?
Yeah.
And it took me a long time to get the confidence enough to be like, I'm gonna date someone and they're gonna know who I am, all the shit that comes with that. It's gonna be out on the table from the very beginning. And if that frightens them away, then they're not worth it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you come into that respect, you're gonna know much sooner if the other person is the right person for you.
Yeah, trying to
you
change yourself in a relationship and, playing up that facade, the longer you go, the harder it gets to break that away. And be
Right.
like,
And you hold a lot of resent towards
Yeah.
like the other person. If you're acting like someone who you're not, and that person, there's just this there's this barrier.
It takes a lot to be vulnerable, but at least if you are super vulnerable and if you are yourself when you're dating someone, you're not wasting anyone's time.
yeah. You're
There's
weeding
all
out the
yours.
people who are not worth your time.
Right.
Yeah.
And like it's okay if those people aren't the right people for you. It's just if you are yourself and you go in with that, then you'll know much quicker. Both of you will.
And there's people like me who I need to force everyone to like me when I meet them.
Oh, me
So
too.
I'm just
I'm always running for the mayor of nothing.
like, yeah, sure, I love heavy metal music.
Name
Oh,
name
me?
5 of their albums.
Yes.
Yeah.
Name 5 of heavy metal music. Scorcher.
You got it. That's the top.
I'm angry.
Yep.
And you're gonna hear about it. Plates and dishes.
Plates and dishes.
Plates and Dishes is the top.
Sequel.
Top one.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the best.
Plates and
album.
dishes is the
That's
single.
good.
I had a friend who she's been having trouble dating here in Austin, which I hear is like a common thing. Like a lot of people have a hard time. I don't know what it is about Austin dating culture, but like people don't want to be in relationships even though they say they do, whatever. So she meets this guy, I think on like OkCupid or something, and she's like, oh, he's super cute. He's kind of a weirdo like me. Like let's try this out. So he's like, hey, like let's meet for coffee. And then I think she wants to be a sex therapist, and she has that in her bio. And he was like, oh, and there's this like cool, like sensual touch seminar type of thing, like meeting. He's like, that's going on. We should go to it. And she was like, yeah, fuck it, I'm down for it. Like, let's go. She meets up with him. He looks nothing like his profile.
no.
Is just, she's like, I'm a weird person, but she was like, that guy like took the fucking cake.
Yeah.
And so
I feel like I know this guy.
maybe. So then they go out for coffee, and she's already like, I'm not feeling this, but like I already feel like I committed to this other thing, the second part of this date. So they go, and she says like 5 minutes in, they're like, all right, guys, we're gonna do this exercise where we're gonna close your eyes, and you're gonna take your partner's hand, and you're gonna close your eyes, and you're just gonna rub their hand for 5 minutes. 5 minutes straight. And she said the entire time,
I would-
he just got like closer and closer, and just rubbed.
I think Christina's enjoying it, actually.
I was like, oh, your hands are really soft.
I wouldn't do that with Trevor. Like,
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Have you guys done the eye contact thing?
no, but we talked about that last week. It was like, what, 3 minutes or 4
4
minutes?
minutes of unbreakable eye contact.
Yeah.
And apparently you fall in love.
We both looked at
4 minutes of
Ellie and
silence later. I'll get you all. It's my power.
I think that would also help friendships. Who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, the next question actually is, it kind of plays off of that one. This one comes from Jake B, and Jake wants to know, do you have trouble spending time alone?
Oh, God, no.
I was so bad at spending time alone until I lived alone.
Oh, yeah.
Like, had to. But, like, in the first couple months of me living alone, I'd like, tell him, I was like, I'm going to go home, and I'm going to have a night to myself, and I'm going to do it. And then he'd text me and be like, hey, how's it going? And I'm like, Patrick and Max are here, and we're playing games. Like, I was so bad at it until I had to force myself to be alone, and now I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's something you have to teach yourself how to do, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not easy at first.
Yeah.
No.
I feel like there's some people who could jump right into that kind of thing, and some people who like will never be okay with it.
If you're super extroverted, it's a really difficult thing to figure out because naturally your energy comes from being around other people, and therefore you don't really understand the benefits of what you need to get when you're alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like in like May of last year, I went camping out in Big Bend by myself.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and it was like the first thing that I'd really done like that, and like. You have to put yourselves in situations where you freak yourself out that you're alone. Of like, I'm here with my tent and it's me, and what am I gonna do now? Whatever I want, I guess. You just have to you have to put yourself in situations where you have to learn how to be alone, and then you start to figure out the benefits from it.
How long were you on that trip
4 days.
by yourself?
Wow.
And I did a 20-mile hike by myself, and
I feel like I'd only be
You did
scared
that
of that because
alone,
like
right?
danger. Like,
Yeah. What was the scariest part for you?
setting out at like 6:30 in the morning on that hike because it was really hot. It was like towards the end of May, and if I didn't get out early enough, I wouldn't have been able to get back in time. And you had to take a liter of water for every hour you're going to be out in the sun. So I had like 8 liters of water in my backpack. And I was walking alone on this trail, and there were lots of signs that were like, you probably shouldn't do this by yourself. So I had this big old knife that I had from Skill Tree, and I was like, whenever anything made a noise, I like stopped and like would touch my knife and just be like, okay, I'm fine. But there was this one time where like I was really close to a big like mama bear and 2 babies, and so my whole thing was like basically like I had like looked at how to do this, put my backpack above my head, so you make yourself really really big, and just walk really really slowly and obviously never get between the cubs and the mama.
Right.
And so like kept like looking at where she was, and she was looking at me, and I just like walk past and keep going and like walk backwards looking at her, and like there's a moment she was like, all right.
Yeah.
I was like,
You're okay.
Oh, God.
go, go, go.
Sure.
But that was like the most frightening moment. But like then I got up into like the southern rim, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
And I was so glad I did that by myself, and I went to like Alpine and Lingua by myself, and like that was where I learned how to be alone and how to like really savor it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
know that like
Self-reflection.
amazing moments and like really spiritual moments can come from being by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's hard and it's really scary to, especially to put yourself out there like that, because you can drown yourself in what ifs. Like, what if I see a bear?
What if I get killed by a mountain lion?
Yeah.
After
what
watching 127 hours, that's all I would be thinking about.
yeah.
What if I fall through a
What if I get
crevice?
stuck?
Yeah.
Well, I've been thinking about like planning a trip, just like a solo like European trip in the fall.
Do it.
And I was just like, it's something I've always wanted to do, but I'm like, what is my mom gonna think? Of all people, how worried will my
It's not
mom
like,
be?
I don't know, like cell phone coverage.
Right.
You
But
do
it's just the unknowns. What if I get taken? Like, what if I get taken too?
Liam Neeson will come for you.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
He'll find you.
She's got a very specific set of skills.
Yeah.
Your mom turns into.
My mom is Liam Neeson.
Well, do you feel like now you could spend time alone, like even just?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you Yeah.
I live alone, and you have to just get over it. You have to like learn how to be by yourself and like arm yourself with the best of your knowledge and abilities and
Live
just like
cautiously,
live
not
cautiously.
in fear.
Dogs help.
yeah. I've been thinking about getting a dog.
Heard about that.
100-pound Labrador. Like Gus, my problem with Gus, I love him dearly, and he will like boof at a stranger.
I love
like
him.
he'll go crazy for a stranger. But I feel like 3 seconds after a burglar breaks in, he'll be like, "Hi,
Yeah.
do you want to see
Did you give me a treat for the cabinet?
Look at all my toys.
But hopefully his boofing will stop a stranger coming in because he is a big boy. but,
Yeah.
like,
He's a good, beautiful.
That's definitely one of the downsides, I think, of living alone, especially. It's just
Yeah.
paranoia.
I
Yeah.
spend time, and it's fun even if you are like in a relationship and you're trying to like find ways to spend time alone. Like even going for, I like to go on drives, just like, you know, Austin's kind of hilly and
beautiful places to go.
yeah.
you can be outside of the city super quickly.
Yeah, and you can take. I like to take baths and watch 90 Days Fiance.
Hell yeah.
Like just,
Everyone loves that show. I need to watch it.
it's
too.
a fucking nightmare.
I've heard.
Yeah, can't believe it. But yeah, I mean, like, cause sometimes it's hard to like, cause I live
You
with.
live with your boyfriend, right?
Yeah. And so sometimes you can find it hard to like find time to be by yourself. So it's like I like to just go out and, you know, go
hello.
for a drive. Oh, hello.
We're never alone with Texas here.
That's a thing.
I used to share a one-bedroom
So
apartment.
this one is.
Oh.
Chelsea.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Thank you so
Yeah, we lived together for about 4 or 5 months.
Wow.
We were both going through some shit. Like, we're still best friends, so that's like.
That's impressive.
It worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. To live with someone in that close proximity.
That doesn't really work out that often.
Yeah, it was like, actually, it was kind of like, you know, I was going through my divorce and stuff, and like, so having someone to come home and had like cooked me an amazing like Lebanese meal.
She's amazing.
She's
at
an
cooking.
amazing cook. She's an amazing cook, and like, she really, really took care of me through that time, and like, we were taking care of each other. So it was like, it was really something that's gonna like form our friendship forever. Like, it was that was like those when you're going through something that's like a super emotional low, and like you can give yourself some grace of like, I don't have to learn how to be alone right now, and I can have my friends take care of me and ask for help, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And we were both going through such terrible times that like it was amazing for us to like go through that together and like share a bed for it and like have someone to cuddle for that time and just be like, we need each other right now and that's cool.
Yeah.
Just another warm body.
Yeah,
Guys,
exactly.
take turns.
We laughed recently because I'm now living in a house with her boyfriend.
Okay.
And I was like, do you want to move in with me? Like, not him. Like, just come live in my room. And like, Chelsea's moving in with me.
Did you guys go head to head or head to feet?
Head to head.
Okay.
Yeah, head to head.
Did you take turns spooning?
Sometimes, but mostly what would happen is we would like fall asleep and then wake up spooning. And be like, I'm sorry. And then like roll over.
That has happened to me so many times because I'm such a huge spooner, and I literally sleep with a stuffed animal that I've had for like 18 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've had times where like a friend will spend the night or something, and then I wake up and I'm like, oh, hey. Sorry.
And they're like, you've been like tackling me the whole
Humping me.
night.
Yeah, I've had a friend in a headlock all night, but I'm comfy. So.
I've always loved being alone. Like I started living alone when I was just turned 18, right at the beginning of college. I like moved out on my own into my own apartment and like have loved it ever since then. And even nowadays, like I am so content in my relationship, but there are still days where I'm like, I just need tonight by myself. Like it's nothing to do with needing a break from you or from being around somebody. It's just like I need to restart myself.
Do you have a
Yeah.
code word?
No.
Oh, we do.
Yeah?
Mine is like, hey, I just really want a starfish.
Starts
It's like, I want to sleep like this tonight.
Yeah. And again, like you probably know, it has nothing to do with like,
No.
needing
no.
a break or anything like that. It's just like, just being alone and being able to do your own thing and not worry about another person and like making sure that you're paying attention to each other and doing things together. It's like, I just want to,
I just need a starfish.
I just want to like eat Cheetos without a shirt on.
Yeah. And I find sometimes like whenever I like my boyfriend, he'll like fall asleep pretty early and I'll just like stay up and then I'll go ham. Like, then I'll like make like macaroni or like make like a food, and then I'll just be like, oh, like I'm a gluttonous like piece of
While he's
garbage.
asleep.
Yeah, while he's sleeping. Yeah, or like even when I don't know. Sometimes when you're in a relationship or you've gotten your connection has gotten like so close and intertwined. Spending time alone together is like a weird thing that I've come up with, like just totally okay with like silence for like 2 hours.
Or like doing your own thing.
Yeah.
I've never lived with a significant other.
Yeah.
And I might sometime soon, but before.
Barb, I can't believe we're,
Mariel,
we're
you're-
telling
Oh my
it like
God.
this. We're coming
But
out.
Opening up.
It's so foreign to me to be spending time with a significant other and not be doing something together, because like when you are not living together, it's like you make the effort to like, let's hang out tonight, and then you're together, and it's so weird for me to be like, I'm gonna go just gonna go and on my laptop in the other room if you want to just chill here and watch TV. Like, it's so weird.
I go to Miles's place to have a bath.
Yeah. He's got to
Does he have like a really
hey, nice
elegant?
because like we have each other's keys, so I like be like, hey, nice to see you, and like draw a bath, and then he's like, hey, what do you? I'm just like, I'm just gonna stick. I need this, so I'll see you.
Yeah, my girlfriend and I, we both live alone separately, and there's so many people who are like, oh, like when are you guys moving in? Like you've been together for so long, like what's going on? I'm like, we have, not that we don't have plans to move in together eventually, but it's just like we just both enjoy having our own
Your space,
spaces.
yeah.
And we're like 4 minutes away from each other, so we can pop in whenever.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just like, I'm gonna go home tonight, and I'm just gonna like be alone in my house,
Yeah.
naked, and then you get to do the same at your house.
Yeah, and it's not like you
Yeah.
can't do that with each other,
Right.
but it's a different feeling
It's
of being
different.
alone versus
Yeah.
having someone else around.
Yeah, and it's like a form of independence that neither of us are like ready to let go of yet, and we're just like,
You guys ever get naked with your friends?
never.
Yes.
Can't say that I have. I'm always wearing at least a nice pair of
You just
underwear.
fist bumped.
No, I saw that, but what I'm asking, what is that? Like, why?
Being naked with each other.
Yeah.
When we went to New Orleans, we got super naked all the time.
It's so fun
It's
to
so
get
fun.
naked with your friends
It's
and
so
be like,
fun.
ha ha, like look at our
So
like
fun.
goofy
It was
body
me,
parts.
Max, Miles, and Christina, and we, no, sorry, no, me, Max, Miles, and Chelsea, and we were just naked all the time.
Christina was like, I was there.
Wait, like
Yeah, right.
Miles has penis out,
Yes,
And Max too.
and you had your vagina out,
correct.
And Max too.
and
Yes,
you're just like walking around the house, or
But
like,
how'd that work?
we were just like, because we were there for St. Patrick's Day, so we were partying the whole time. And to be fair, 'twas I that started it. It was like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do, and everyone was like, all right. And so like, yeah.
Did you like strip down first,
Yeah.
like completely, or you were just like?
Did you walk out of the room naked, or like you stripped in front of everybody? I need to know details of
Yeah.
this.
Well, it was. So we were
Paint
What,
me
you know
a
what?
picture.
How about this? Just recreate it for us.
Yeah,
we were getting ready to go to the parade, and.
the naked parade.
No, but I was like, cool, so I'm gonna get ready to go to the parade, and just like started taking off my clothes, and everyone was like, is this what this is gonna be? And I was like, yes. And then Max was obviously the first person like, yes, I'm in for this, took all of his clothes as well, and then Miles and Chelsea were like, cool, okay. So like for the most part, we were pretty nude in that house.
That's so
For how
amazing.
long?
cool.
Like 4 days.
Oh, like the whole time.
It's
whole
funny
time
'cause
we were there.
I just don't like walking around my house naked.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so fun.
I used to watch my friend Allie take showers. She would.
Wait, what?
Did she know?
Yes. Not like I was like, hey. But me and my.
You're using
she's-
that Dove soap
right.
in there.
My best friend Allie, she she would not mind me saying, but she had like, you know, you could see through the glass in the shower, and we would just we would have so much fun drinking wine and eating guacamole and chips that she would be like, I need to shower. She'd be like, I need to shower, and I'd be like, okay. And she's like, well, let's. And we would just automatically continue our conversation while she was shampooing, and then she would just like flop her tits because she had really big boobs, so she'd be like, play. It's just I don't know what it is about being naked with your friends.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not like gonna like have sex with you. It's just that I think this is kind of funny
Yeah.
and fun.
I think it's from being in a family of like 4 women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, whatever, you know.
I
Like,
did not have that.
my sisters will just
my
like
mom.
get dressed in front of me. We'll get dressed, like it doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like
My
whatever.
mom-
These are our stuff.
My mom is the same way, and we always have this running joke where every time I'll like walk into a room and she's just like changing tits out. She's like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "Damn, Victoria continues to have no secrets today." And she's like, "That's right, baby." And I'm like, I don't want to see that, Mom.
Yeah, I definitely did not have that kind of family growing up. Yeah.
Oh no.
I just balls everywhere.
When I was like
Yeah.
very young, I think my parents were like a little more relaxed about it. But then as we started to get older, they're like,
We'll come
Not-
to Mardi Gras.
yeah, apparently that's where I get to see all my naked friends.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I've seen friends naked because we were trying to get them dressed after they like blacked out, and they've like thrown up all over themselves, and we're like,
I've
we
been
gotta
that friend.
we gotta get you showered.
sides.
Yeah, well I'm gonna change you. I'm not gonna look. I'm not looking. Put that shirt on.
It's like you're changing them and you're like, wow, yeah, like a pretty big mole there.
She got that checked out.
Oh, that's just my nipple. Well, I personally like to leave my underwear on, especially if they're MeUndies.
Hey.
Thank you guys for that segment. Have you finished your holiday shopping yet?
I have not, Barbara.
No worries, because you could get everything you need for you and your loved ones at MeUndies. MeUndies uses the coveted micromodal fabric, which is 3 times softer than cotton.
Hell yeah.
If you've never felt this fabric, get ready to experience pure bliss in underwear form. You could also take them off if you want to be naked around your friends. You could also get a style that is perfectly suited for you or that special someone. Men and women can each choose from 3 different cuts, all of which are available from classic colors to adventurous prints.
It's true.
I have a recent favorite that I've talked about on the show before. It's sloths.
I have that one.
What?
They're doing yoga, right?
Yes,
Yes. Sloth's doing yoga.
Yoga sloths.
Good.
Doing yogas, and there's also like different holiday prints and everything like that.
That's cute.
Yeah, they all types of things.
All types of things.
All types of things.
I love their pants.
Yes, they
They're
also
lounge
have
pants.
lounge pants and lounge shirts, pajama pants, which I wear
Good.
I think every day now. They have pockets. It's great.
Oh, that's cute.
That's key.
These fun undies would be a great stocking stuffer, but why stop at undies? MeUndies has cozy lounge pants, as Mariel mentioned, and onesies in the same super soft fabric, perfect for wearing on Christmas morning. Adorable. It's coming up. MeUndies has a great offer for our viewers. For any first-time purchasers, when you purchase any MeUndies, you get 15% off and free shipping. Order by the 16th of December for free shipping in time for Christmas. To get your 15% off your first pair, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/open. That's MeUndies.com/open.
Boom. Open your mind. Open your wallet and get some undies.
Undies.
I love
Oh, that was
undies.
good.
Me too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I use MeUndies to like phase out my old underwear. Every time I get a new pair, I throw an old pair away.
Yep, ditto.
And now I'm like nearly there.
Yep.
I'm so excited.
My underwear disappears.
Is it Veronica?
It's someone.
Is it your friend Ellie?
Yeah.
Paying you back? What do you mean it disappears? I've heard of socks disappearing. Like one.
I feel like my house steals things, so I have lost all my underwear.
Ting.
Like at one point, or
No, just overall, I have probably like a few pairs.
you have a few pairs?
Yeah, I have a few pairs.
Cool.
All right.
How many?
Well, I know where you can get some more. MeUndies.com.
Yeah.
There you go. Slash open.
Dude, it's
Slash
actually
open.
amazing.
Do it.
Okay. What?
We can get you
Very, very soft.
Next time the underwear fairy delivers a package, we'll get you a pair.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Thank you.
You dropping our dice?
No.
Okay. Well, we're gonna do
I
our
would never.
box of issues, boy. This is still one of my favorite boxes.
I love it. I think, who was this? Nina? It was Nina.
Nina.
Thank you, Nina. We love that box.
All right, so this question comes from an anonymous male. And he writes, I'm a 29-year-old male, and I've been with the girl I'm seeing for a long time. In all the years we've been together, I've had this problem. She will never initiate sex or any type of sexual interaction. I'm always the one who initiates, and when I do, it always follows the same pattern. I have to ask her to touch parts of me, which just feels awkward, and after being together so long. More often than not, after sex is over, I feel like I had to convince her to have sex with me. I've brought my issues up with my lady, but nothing has changed. I love her to death, but I hate feeling like I'm the only one who wants intimacy. Any advice?
Oof.
Ooh, that's probably like she has some intimacy problems going on that maybe she's probably not addressing, that he couldn't, I feel like he couldn't fix those.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like this is also a extremely common.
We get that.
And not
Yeah.
necessarily like the girl always being the one,
But at the guy.
but like it happens.
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
both
and we get
sides.
this
Yeah.
question a lot.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of
intimacy
people
issues.
have like, and it's like it always feels like a weird thing to talk about, but I feel like a lot of people have kind of a lot of kind of ups and downs when it comes to libido, of like when you want that and when you don't, and it always comes with this caveat of shame, right?
Yeah. Right.
Of like it's okay to feel sexual and not to feel sexual.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that we don't really talk about in terms of that, of like of health, of like it's okay to sometimes need that and sometimes not need that. And that it's like we feel like everyone should always be wanting it all the time, right?
Right.
And it always comes down to like being really, really honest about that.
Yeah.
And having communication around that specifically of being like, hey, sometimes I don't feel this way and I don't want to have that.
Yeah.
And like that's okay. Like it's okay to not feel sexual, it's okay to feel super sexual.
And there's probably a lot of like weight off of her shoulders that she might get by just speaking about that.
yeah.
Like
So
letting
much.
go a little bit,
Yeah.
not having that constant like, I'm not initiating sex. He's aware of this. He's bothered by it. I don't know how to fix this. Like being able to talk to someone about that, I think, would take a lot of weight off your shoulders. in that
I know
situation.
it becomes like an anxiety cycle
Yeah.
as well. Like I remember a lot, like during my marriage, it becomes like a super anxiety cycle because it's like the longer that it doesn't happen, you feel like it needs to happen and you feel like an obligation, and
Yeah.
it becomes this like, if we're not having sex, like we need to, and it becomes like it's very difficult to feel sexual when you're super anxious, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like. That becomes like this cycle that continues and continues and continues.
And like going to
unless
sleep
you
at
talk
night
about it.
and
right.
knowing like, oh, we didn't have sex again.
Yeah.
Like, I know that he's bothered by this.
Yeah,
What do
and I
do?
feel like it happens in a lot of long-term relationships
Yeah.
where it's like, if you aren't able to talk about it and just to say like, this is what's happening and this is how I'm feeling and this is why I'm feeling this way, then it becomes a cycle that you have no control over, and it just all it does is conjure anxiety.
If you talk about it, then it's like you can kind of get. I feel like sometimes girls just get a little bit nervous to make that first move.
Yeah.
Also, in a weird way. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think
But-
you're right.
Yeah.
I know personally in other relationships I've had like anxiety about initiating and like how do I go about this, and sometimes it's just like you just come up with something you and your partner could agree on, like, hey, want to go to the bedroom,
Yeah.
or just like you want to hook up, like something just
You
like
know, fuck.
fuck. It's
Yeah.
like especially if you're just like sitting there on the couch watching TV and it's like, oh, like I'm kind of in the mood for this, but like should I start making out with this person? Like it's okay to just be like, hey, do you want to like take this to another room? Like,
Yeah.
hang out? Just be straight up with it, because I think that anxiety for her maybe comes with like not knowing how to get into it, especially if you're like in a long relationship where you're super comfortable around each other to the point where you almost feel like it's more of a friendship than anything, and like you just want to relax and do nothing with the other person, and maybe that sexual tension isn't there as much as it was at the beginning, which is normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think like a huge thing for me is that like this is getting very personal. This is what we do on this show, right?
Always open.
For me, I never want to have sex just for the sake of having sex. And so it always is like something of like, that is about intimacy with that other person. Like I want to go to that place with that other person. And so that's where that's kind of cycling of anxiety comes. It's like, I don't want to just do this because I feel like I should do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it because like it seems like we should. Like it's a Saturday night or whatever, and like we've had a great day, and so like this is what is the logical
The next
step,
step,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I want to go there because I want to go there, and like I feel like that's a moment where you and I can connect on this level that we both want to connect together, and so I can understand this issue of like maybe feeling anxious about like maybe we aren't going there with the same mindset of like, do you just want to get, do you want to just like get your rocks off? And
Right.
it could be anyone,
Right.
right? Like you just want to feel the way that you want to feel.
Yeah.
Or do you want to go and have this intimate experience with me?
Yeah.
It's two very different things. And so like, I wonder if having like a really kind of almost like value or spiritual conversation about like, how do you see sex? Like
Yeah.
what does that mean for you and me in terms of like
Yeah.
when we do that together, what is is there a meaning behind it? What is the meaning behind it? Like
Trying to decipher like what's what is your purpose? What's my purpose? Because sometimes, I mean, I'm just like, I want to have sex because, fuck, I want to let go, you know what I mean?
Yeah, release some tension.
But I mean, not in like a. I mean, that's so vulgar and gross. But
It's not.
Not at all.
No.
sometimes sex is just purely for me. Like, yes, I just want to have sex because it feels good. And then other times it's like I want to feel intimate. And then that in a more like, I don't really approach sex from like a. I mean, I guess I do in a weird way, but it's more like I have a goal that I want. Like I know and then the other part is like, I just want to, doing that act with the person who you love feels like a connection, but I never go into it thinking that I need that connection. It's just like inherently like, yes, this is gonna work out in hopefully my favor.
I had kind of the opposite problem in a relationship I was in where the guy never initiated sex and I barely had sex in that relationship in the last couple months of it. And there was one night where he had been drinking and so I confronted him about it because I knew that he might be a little bit more willing to talk about it. And he said that he loved me too much to the point where he didn't see me as a sexual person. And because he saw me like so lovingly that he just wanted to like take care of me and nurture me, but not like fuck me.
See,
And I
that
was
to me
like,
is like a
that's
kind of almost like
a
It's a
problem.
power dynamic.
yeah, it's a power dynamic, but it's almost like a spiritual issue.
Yeah.
That's like, what do you think that like intimacy and sexual behavior is?
Right, exactly.
Like,
And so obviously
If
it was
you want to
something
hurt me, like that's something that's like not okay.
I'm like, I don't need to be fucked every
Yeah.
time. Like, there's a reason why some people call it make love or
Right.
be intimate with each other
That's
in any
totally
way.
power. That's
Yeah.
like whenever I've been in a relationship with a person who doesn't want to have sex, it's all about power. 'Cause it's like, you're so sweet, you're too kind, you're too whatever. I hold you to this pedestal and I don't want to like penetrate that with my dick or my mind or you believing in me that we could do this.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like, I hate that.
So
I
what
hate that.
would be your advice for gentlemen? He said he's tried to talk to her.
He's tried to talk to her, and I don't think he really does he touch on what she has responded with.
I don't
just
think
like-
so.
Because there's, I mean, especially with women go through so many issues. It's like body image issues, libido issues.
Libido
You could be
issues,
like,
definitely.
Also, like, is she taking like an SSRI? Is
Right.
she taking antidepressants?
Yeah.
yeah, that,
That can
also
really
kills,
screw it
can
up.
kill your.
Also,
your
some
sex
types of
drive.
birth control could mess with
Absolutely.
your drive.
So there's a lot of factors involved, and I think it's perfectly okay for him to be like, hey, this is a part of my life that I want to share with you, and if you're not,
I
not
need
that you have to be
intimacy.
on the same, like, same path or whatever, same like need, but I think it needs to be a conversation like, if you don't feel like you can do this with me or you don't want to do this with me, then that's like okay too. We just need to have that conversation.
Yeah.
At the same time, like sexual intimacy and sexual problems are a lot of the time they are linked to like deep psychological stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's always worth just trying to connect with a psychologist
Yep.
or trying to find someone who can like talk you through that kind of stuff, who will do that with in a completely like judgment-free zone.
Yeah.
And say like, is this linked to something else? Like
Yeah.
something that maybe you've repressed or something that's like
Yeah.
deep underneath in your emotions that's like, because like, you know, we are sexual beings. Like we are supposed to connect with each other in this way. And if there's a barrier to that, it might be
Take your tops off.
yeah. it might be linked to something deeper, and like
Yeah.
not to say that that's like a deeply dark thing, because it isn't, because we all have that stuff. All of us have that stuff. It's like it's one of the most beneficial most beneficial things I've ever done in my life is to talk to someone who can bring some of that stuff up in a really healthy way
Yeah.
and start to address it and start to be like, okay, so this is probably why you react to things in this way.
Yeah.
And intimacy and issues with intimacy is always affected
Yeah.
by something that's much, much deeper down
Yeah,
emotionally.
and I think for him, just continue to bring it up.
Yeah.
If it's
Yeah.
still a problem and she's not responding in certain ways, like continue to make it a thing and be like, you know, we discussed this before. It is bothering me. Is there anything I could do to help you or make you feel better about the situation? But I mean, I hate to say this. This happens in relationships. Sometimes people just lose attraction for each other.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know,
It could be a whole slew of things, and
Yeah.
like we always preach about therapy on this show, but it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It can be a lot more.
It could be you lost attraction right now for a second because you got into your head, got this anxiety, whatever.
Maybe she's
It
self-conscious.
can come back, you know, what.
Relationships aren't always about attraction all the time.
Also,
Yeah, right.
couples counseling is not a bad thing. Like, I've done it like 3 times, like just 3 like sessions before. Not for anything serious, but it was more just like dealing with like there was like a grief in our family, and it's really, really helpful.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that men kind of get like, I don't want to like, I don't know. Not that I represent all men,
Not all.
but I think that sometimes there's like a pride. There's like I don't want to get fixed like that.
I've had the same
Yeah.
experience of just like it is really difficult to let someone into your most vulnerable areas.
Yeah.
But you like most of those people have doctorates for a reason.
yeah,
Yeah.
I remember my therapist said to me, she had a PhD from Princeton, and she was like, if there's ever an area that you don't want me to go in, just like let me know. And I was like, you have a PhD from Princeton. Get in my brain.
Broke my
Open
mind.
every door. Let out all my crazy birds. Like do whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
Like I think there is so much benefit to just like having someone in the room who understands how the mind works.
Yeah.
Beyond just like how our emotions are, and to go into those areas and like to not feel like you're alone in that.
Yeah.
There's this huge benefit to that.
To have your back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good luck, Mr. Anonymous Male. Just know you're not alone in this. It happens to literally everybody,
Yeah.
men and women. But yep, keep talking, and also take these wonderful ladies' advice. A lot of good stuff.
Therapy is good.
Therapy's great.
Therapy's great.
To therapy and also
Therapy.
See you guys next time. Thank you, ladies, for joining me.
Yes.
Ciao.